Hey everybody, this is Jacqueline. Welcome to day 2 of my What I Actually Do as an Executive Assistant series. Today's topic is something that often gets overlooked. It's calendar management. It's not just for scheduling, but for reducing your stress and your client's stress. So, oftentimes, most people think managing a calendar is just about setting meetings or finding open slots. But if you've ever worked behind the scenes with a founder or executive who does this and that, with different businesses. It's so much more than that. You get to be the behind the scenes of everything that he needs to do, what needs to get done in a specific time, deadlines, meetings, etc. It's a lot more than that. So here's the thing. The calendar is your client's mental space. It's their energy, their ability to actually focus and make decisions. And if it's packed, messy, or poorly structured, everyone, everybody in the company feels it, most especially you. Why? Because if your client is doing something like this, you're going to be doing something more than what he's doing. That's what you do as the person who is the behind side of things. You get to do the work. Your client's gonna pass on the work to you. You're gonna do some research. You're gonna do the preparations. You gotta do the follow ups, the meeting minutes, and everything. So if that is something that you don't want to do, hear me up because we're going to talk about three things I do to keep the calendar under control. Number one, it's grouping similar tasks together. If I see multiple meetings about the same project, I group them close together. This reduces context switching, which drains your client's focus and energy fast. So, for example, this call with Jane, this is about her marketing strategy. Call with Daniel J, it's about his marketing strategy. And call with Jordan Styles, it's just a catch up call, but it's lighter compared to those two of the previous calls. So, if there are calls that are related, closely related to each other, the same agenda, you would want to put them in one date rather than spreading it all throughout. That's because it keeps your client's mind focusing on the strategy, on the things that he needs to speak about and deliver. And that's just helps a lot comparing to if the client has her marketing strategy and then the next client is all about developing an application. So it's two different dimensions which could cause some, brain leak or brain fart, if that is a thing. That is a thing. So this helps you and your client focus on the same flow. That's step number one. So step number two is to build in buffer time. So So you might think that back to back meetings look productive, but they're not sustainable. I always build in buffer time. So what that means is I always keep it in practice that to always have 1 hour before the next appointment. 1 hour before the next appointment. This gives your client some time and space to do what he or she needs to do, or this gives your client some time to think about what he needs to deliver on this particular call. And yes, I block lunch too. If you don't put it in, it gets filled and your client's going to be upset that he missed his lunch and he's not going to be very happy about it. So the third one is weekly calendar audit done every Friday. I do a 10-minute review of the upcoming week. So I check for double bookings, overloaded days, missing meeting links, missing agendas, lack of deep work, or focus blocks, especially if your client is in the middle of Friday lunches. So, if anything looks off for you, you gotta fix it before the week begins. So, what does it look like? I'll show you. Okay, guys, so this is it for example. This week is um pretty light. Not a lot that is to look into this. So let's just say we've already done three calls for the day. Tomorrow there's no meeting and there's deadline for presentation submission and then follow up. Those are okay. Like that for me, those are okay. I do not have to be worried about it. But for next week, let me take a look. Black Friday lunches on the 28th, and I see a call with Susan on the 27th agenda to talk about pet supplies. Like, guys, tell me, is this call very, very urgent? Is this call important to keep the client from doing the things that he needs to do for Black Friday? So I'm gonna politely cancel this call with Susan. I'm just gonna send her an email like, "Hey, Susan, this is Jacqueline, the assistant of Mr. J. Just reaching out to let you know that something came up and um, we would need to reschedule your call. So you could probably use ChatGPT to create that draft and send it to Susan, and to keep your client focused on his goal, the Black Friday lunch. I would keep Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday off, just to give some time for the client to be able to complete the things that he needs to do for the lunch. That's it. And bonus tips, you guys. If you see something new here, it's a color coding. This gives me and my client a quick visual overview of how the week is balanced. So, for example, all blues are the call or important meetings that the client needs to do. All these purple are the time that is blocked off. The red is, just following up for someone's payment, and the orange is just something that um, you need to submit, or it's a task. Okay, guys, so to recap, don't just schedule, structure. Structure your client's calendar. Group similar work, build in breathing room, audit the week ahead, and use color coding to spot overload. That's how I use calendar management, not just to stay organized, but to reduce stress for me and for my client. That's it. That's day 2 for you. I'll see you tomorrow for day 3. We're going to be talking about email management without drowning. See you guys. Bye.